Blackrod from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today we're gonna do the top 10 about the infantry for Sx20. So let's jump on the list right now. Let's put it a little bit better. So here we go. In the top 10 we have an old, very old legion that we don't use it anymore. Rip Arslan. Arslan Scarlet Healer. This legion now is really weak. Forget it, it's so weak. Since we have Harald and all the new heroes, forget it. Top 9. So actually now I'm gonna do a big jump because top 9, top 8, top 7, top 6, top 5, top 4. No, not top 4, top 5 are exactly the same legion. So Harald in the front row, of course, who do tons of damage. Healer, who's gonna heal him a lot. And then in the middle row, you can almost put everything, it's gonna work. Of course, those heroes that you see here, Dash, Clovis, Scarlet, Skanda, Kinknet are not the best to use in the middle, so forget this. Forget this. We're gonna just go for the interesting one. It's gonna be the top 4. Not really, actually, because the top 4 I'm not fan. Harald, Bleeding Steed, Hellfire, I'm not fan of this, so also forget it. Really gonna use those heroes better. Top 3, now it's really interesting. So Harald, Hellfire, and Healer. So obviously this legion was and is played from everyone played this legion. This legion is very strong. I'm not gonna explain how it works, you guys saw it in the last video. So still a very good legion to use, one of the top legions to use. So abuse of it, really abuse of it. I think that many players still play it as a main legion, and you guys are right, it's really one of the best legions to attack castle, so just keep it. Then we have Harald, Bleeding Steed, Healer. So both legions, I tried both, but I can't find which is the one better. I don't know. I still feel that Hellfire is better, but I don't know. Well, they are really very equal. You can play Bleeding Steed or Hellfire. It's gonna depend if you're gonna need Hellfire in another legion to make a very strong one, or if you're gonna need Bleeding Steed to another legion. That's gonna more be like this. If you have them to play on another legion, it's gonna be good. Just use the other that is free. That's my advice. And then we have in the top 1, Harald, Gustav, and Healer. Okay, this I am not completely agree. I actually tested it the first day. It sounds that it was good, but after I tested a lot more, few days after, I was kind of disappointed, and really for me it was not working better than Steed and Hellfire. So I'm not very agreed to be in the top 10 and the top 1 for Gustav. I'm really not a big fan of this. So in my tests, it was not working that great. It was okay, but not working that way. So I don't recommend you much to play it, especially if you have the Bleeding Steed skin. You're gonna prefer to play with Harald, Bleeding Steed skill Healer. I was actually really believing it was way better, but when I tested more, I was a bit disappointed. So I'm not a fan of this. So let's go for the paid list now. Here we go. So now we see that the top 10 is actually one of the best legions that we have for free to play. So that's not very good, because it means there's really way better. So we have Harald, Hellfire, and Healer. But trust me, this legion is still very good if you have, even if you have skins, etc. It's one of the best legions. I still play it and I really love it. So of course the top 9 it's gonna be the same, but with Bleeding Steed. So the both are actually very great. So I'm personally playing with Hellfire because I need Bleeding Steed for another legion that we're gonna talk. But if not, yeah, you can put Bleeding Steed, you can put Warhammer, both gonna work. So very strong legions, very strong. So actually the legions here in the top 10, they, for me, in my opinion, they could be higher. For me, they are a little bit too much low compared to some of them, but it's okay. So top 8 we have Harald, Theodora, and the Healer. I'm not a fan of this legion, not really a big fan. So Theodora got boosted because she got a skin and she's now really way stronger, and you're gonna see it a lot in a lot of combos because of the skin, actually, because the skin is really good, giving a good buff. So she's gonna be healing Harald, depending the damage that he's gonna do. Healer also gonna heal Harald, so they're gonna both heal Harald. But I couldn't test it, so that's true, I couldn't test it, but I never see players playing with it, so I don't believe it's that good, because those big spenders don't play it also, so not a big fan, but why not? I guess it's still gonna be good, because any hero in the middle are gonna work in this combo, actually. Like, yeah. So top 7 we have Harald and Cleopatra healer. Also very good legion. Even if you don't have the Cleopatra skin, it's going to be super strong. I was really playing a lot last season Harald Cleopatra healer. It was doing amazing. So very nice legion. I love this legion. And now we have some changes here, and all those changes are because of, I believe Harald got a small like debuff or something, because he is doing a little bit less good than it was, because Alexander was really under, and now Alexander is doing good again. But it's one of the main reasons, it's actually the skin of Theodora, because Alexander in the front row, Hellfire in the middle row, and the back row, of course. So it's Theodora. So Theodora do actually healing on the damage of the front row. So if the front row do a lot of damage, he's gonna heal a lot. And the thing is that Alexander do tons of damage, so he's gonna be healing tons. So that's why this legion is really strong. This legion is really good, but you will see there's better for Alex, so not the thing to really aim for. Top 5 we have, well, it's the same, we just replace Bleeding Seed and Hellfire. The buff works almost the same as a support, so same legion. And then we have, well, exactly the same, but with Cleopatra. Also Cleopatra works everywhere, she's just doing great. So we have the same legions that we have in the bottom, actually. It's like Hellfire, Bleeding Steed, and Cleopatra, and again Hellfire, Bleeding Steed, Cleopatra. It's the same legion. And now top 3. So we have Gustav, Theodora, and Alexander the Great. So let me tell you that I'm not a fan of this legion at all, actually, because when I look to the theory, the thing is that Gustav don't do a lot of damage. So he's not going to be really pairing very well with Theodora, because Theodora needs someone who do tons of damage, because more damage he do, more he heals. And Gustav does very low damage, so he's gonna heal very low. So I'm not a fan at all of this legion, to be honest. And top 2 we have one legion that is really dominating a lot the meta right now, and that I am also playing. It's very strong. So Gustav, Bleeding Steed, and Alexander. And let me tell you that when I did the video also about Gustav, when we discovered the hero, for those who watch, I said it, I was seeing Gustav in this legion, Gustav and healer in the middle row, and Alexander the Great. So Bleeding Seed is the one who's doing better, but I believe also because I tried Hellfire also is doing good in this combo. So this combo is really very strong. Gustav, because Gustav is just a tank, he's gonna be his job tanking. Bleeding Steed gonna be doing his healing job and confusion, etc. And Alexander gonna be in the back to do tons of damage. So this legion works very well. It's really one of the best legions actually in the game, like really. And top 1 we have, so we have the same legion that we had, where it was, well, it's the top 3. Yes, I was searching for exactly the same legion as the top 3, but Harald instead of Gustav. And that's exactly what I was explaining to you, because Gustav don't do a lot of damage, so he's not gonna heal a lot, and Harald do tons of damage, so he's gonna be healing a lot. So this is gonna be working very well, way better than the top 3. I really don't recommend you to go for the top 3 if you have Theodora, really not. Go for the top 1 legion, 100%. So that's it for the infantry. So actually, infantry, it's still good to play even for free to play. you're gonna still continue to use Harald and Bleeding or Hellfire Healer. It's gonna be doing very great. Even against this Legion, Gustav Alexander, it's gonna be doing great. So yeah, it's still a good legions to play as a free-to-play. Well, there's only one actually that it's worse, but it's really very strong. So still good for free-to-play footmen. So I see you soon for the next video. Thanks for watching and peace out.